What's up, guys? It's OtherJesus, and I'm excited to bring to you another episode of the Battlefield 4 Master Series, the series where I pick a weapon, I go out and I get 500 kills, I get that Mastery dog tag, and then I come back and I report to you my experiences with the weapon. Not so much about particular stats or bullet drop or velocity, just kind of my experience with the weapons. And today I have for you the ACE-52 CQB, or close quarter battles, or close quarter combats, whatever you want to call it. Now, the ACE-52 is the larger caliber version of the ACE-23 assault rifle, but the ACE-52 deals more damage. Now, oddly enough, there's a smaller carbine version of the ACE-52 in the game as well, called the ACE-21 CQB. You'll see me unlock that. So since the ACE-52 deals more damage, its drawbacks according to the Battlefield guide is that it has a bigger recoil, which personally I didn't really feel like it had that much of a recoil at all. So when you guys use it, you'll have to tell me what you think, but I didn't find the recoil that hard to manage. One of the things that I did find hard to deal with is that it does have a lower ammo count, only 25 rounds, 26 to 1 in the chamber. It does have a pretty decent fire rate at 750 rounds per minute, but as you'll see in this footage here, if you get caught on the long reload, which is, well, God, it feels like forever for a carbine, but it's like 3 seconds or something, around 3 seconds. It's a long reload, and if you get caught on that reload, you're probably going to go down. So you have to kind of manage that and balance that, and you'll see a lot of times I get caught with that reload. I just get carried away holding down the trigger, just kind of spraying, making sure that I was taking out the enemy. The gun does have a lot of stopping power, and that's why sometimes it was a little bit hard to resist just not laying on the trigger, because you'd see a guy and just lay on the trigger and, guaranteed to go down within about, 20 bullets. Which sounds like a lot, but in those hectic situations, that can be what you need to have happen. And I wanted to focus on a carbine because I've only focused on assault rifles up until this point with the Master Series, and I wanted to use a weapon, a carbine, that I could use with any class, so when I am playing with my squad, I can be much more versatile, and I can have a go-to weapon that I can use if I'm a medic or if I'm a recon class. So I tried a bunch of different carbines out, and I was, having mixed results, and then I stumbled upon the ACE-52 and started using it and really just fell in love with this. And you guys know me if you watch the Master Series. I love the Cobra sight, and I love a suppressor. The grips I can vary on depending on the weapon. In the case of the ACE-52, I settled on the stubby grip, which is pretty common for me, but I can vary on which grips I like. But I threw the suppressor on here, and guys, even at pretty long ranges, I was taking guys out with this weapon. And in close quarters, definitely taking guys out and having extreme stopping power. The drawback is that long reload. That was basically the only drawback. And if you can manage that, if you can just get used to when you reload, or even just tapping on the trigger more, because like I mentioned, I think there is that desire to just bam, just hold it down, just spray and pray when you're in the close quarters, and sometimes you just have to do that anyway just to guarantee that kill. And I feel like the ACE-52 is really light and fluffy, which is a funny thing to say about a gun, but even though this gun has a huge amount of stopping power, I kind of feel like my character is just kind of running around with like a paintball gun or an airsoft gun, especially when I put that suppressor on there. Being able to stay off the minimap with this gun was really, really awesome. And experienced players, like really high caliber players, I think this gun is going to be a hidden weapon, a kind of buried gem, an undiscovered favorite. This gun is really awesome. But then again, maybe I'm building it up too much. It's up for debate. You guys will have to try out the gun and tell me what you think in the comments. Because the ACE-52 in Battlefield 4 is comparable to other long-range carbines such as the SG-553, which I'm sure Brick could tell you more about because I haven't used it that much. I can tell you though that I did put some time in with the ACWR, which my official review is meh, and I might do a little gameplay video for you guys on the ACWR, but was not impressed. It's also comparable somewhat to the AKU-12, which I've used a little bit and liked. It's a really fun gun. But back to the ACE-52, yeah, so 750 rounds per minute, which is pretty respectable for a gun that you can use in any class with this amount of damage. Does max 30 damage. Pretty sweet. About some of these clips, so I get lucky here. A couple guys didn't see me as I was coming down that hallway, and from behind, just a few bullets each, and ACE-52 takes them down. Even had a sloppy start on that guy, still got him in the midst of all that commotion. Notice his little red dot there. He did almost get me, but you can see I just kind of held my ground there with the ACE-52 and got him before he could get me. Little sneak attack on the sniper with my suppressor, and you can just see with the if you're careful with this weapon, you can get guys at long range like that even with the suppressor on. You'll be putting a hurt on those snipers before they know where you're at, and maybe not, you might not get them every time, right? But you can really put a lot of damage onto these snipers, spot them, like let your teammates clean them up. But it is possible to get guys at long range with this weapon with finesse. Do a little sneak attack on this guy. Oh there, buddy, what's up? Even with my bad habit of ADSing when I don't need to, still got him. Love it. Didn't know I was behind him because that suppressor's so dirty. Right here, I just kind of spaz out because like 3 guys spawn in front of me. I should have maybe been a little bit more calm, but you know, when this happens, which doesn't happen too often to me when I spawn behind 3, 4, 5 enemies, I kind of spaz out a little bit because I get excited trying to kill every one of them. And which one do I choose? But we do pick out a few of them, take them down. The ACE-52 playing a key part. And what would a Master Series review be without some Metro gameplay, right? And you know, you gotta whip out the grenades on Metro, even though in the patch, DICE has finally nerfed some of the grenades, or most of the grenades actually, which is very welcome, even though I love that M320 LVG, longtime classic supporter of that. But I retreat back a little bit. Anticipate that guy coming around the corner in just a second. Here's a pro tip right here. You better check the windows when you are running up the stairs from the outside, buddy. That guy had just a little bit of health there. Not much. Take him out, though. Take out his motion tracker as well. A few seconds later, after playing a little cat and mouse, finally find this guy. And I was extremely sloppy there with the changes they made to the Xbox One controller, but I'm actually really liking those changes. And you can see even there in the close quarters, in the heat of the battle, with just spazzing out, just laying on the trigger, this weapon deals some damage in close quarters. So even if you do screw up and spray out of control, you still have a good chance of getting those guys. Took out that guy in front of me, took out that little camper there. See this guy, don't get a couple hit markers there, but you see I get stuck on that long reload, and thankfully I was able to maneuver behind the shrubbery and debris there. I'm up here in the tower, and I don't know how this guy didn't get me, but you can see even shooting the knees with the CQB can do the trick. I did try out some different attachments. Here I've got the vertical grip on here, just trying to do a you know, some hip fire. And you'll see, though, I have a bad habit of ADSing. Playing Titanfall recently has helped me not ADS so much, but you can see here I didn't need the ADS there, but I did anyway. A couple guys spawn around me. Didn't know who to shoot. You can see this guy tries to get away. The ACE-52 doesn't let him get away. And that about wraps it up, guys. Thanks so much for watching the ACE-52 Battlefield 4 Master Series. If you made it this far in the video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the content, or leave a comment, get in the discussion, tell me what you think if you've had any experience with this weapon. And check out some of the other videos as well, and check out some of the other featured channels on my page. Alright guys, it's OtherJesus. I'm out. Sleep well.